Well, good afternoon, everybody. Auctioneer Patrick here today as I am joined with GiGi's Playhouse Portland. We are kicking off their online auction today, and it is going to be a lot of fun. Before we get started, I want to remind you to please feel free to say hello in the chat and ask any questions that you want. Drop them in the chat. We'll be able to see them, and we will take care of you and get those answered. So at this time, I could not go any further and talk about GiGi's Playhouse Portland without bringing on board my co-host for today's show, the board president. Please put your hands together virtually for the one and only Brad Johnston. Brad, how are you, pal?
Hey, I am doing so well. Thank you, Patrick, and so excited for the upcoming month of October. This is a big month for
It's a huge month.
Oh, it's gigantic. It is Down Syndrome Awareness Month. There are activities that are planned around GiGi's Playhouse all month long, and we are just excited for everything that's in front of us.
That is fantastic. Tell me about some of the activities you've got going.
Well, hey, it starts right now, our online auction. So October, all month, we have opportunities for people to not only help us spread awareness for Down syndrome through the community, but to help us provide free programming. Patrick, we have provided over 3,000 hours of programming so far in 2025 to over 1,100 participants here in our first year as GiGi's Playhouse.
Congratulations.
And that's been done by 2,200 hours of volunteers that come here and give of themselves to pour into our kids, teens, and adults. So we're just so excited.
That is absolutely incredible. And to think in just your first year, what phenomenal numbers, but it hasn't happened without an incredible amount of work. I know you and Nikki and the whole team, Ray and everybody over there at GiGi's Playhouse Portland, just do a phenomenal job. And we're so excited to be involved again with your primary fall fundraiser, but you've got some other activities this month. You want to touch on some of those and give them a plug before we dive into this year's fundraiser?
Oh, absolutely. So on Monday, through the generosity of Les Schwab Tires, GiGi's Playhouse is going to be competing in the Oregon Charity Championship at the Oregon Golf Club. There is a purse of $80,000 that will be split amongst the winning teams. So all of you that are praying people, please pray for the 4 golfers that will be representing GiGi's Playhouse. And but just being invited to that event is a win for GiGi's. And so that's item number 1. On item number 2, on October 1st, actually, you'll see on our auction website, there's a little tab called Socks. Nike's global manufacturer for their sock business, Delta Galil and Les Schwab, have teamed up, and we have 4 pairs of designer socks. And these have been designed by individuals in our programs, individuals who experience Down syndrome. And these socks are proudly to be worn to spread awareness and love. So you'll see the love sock, you'll see the hugs sock. You're going to see 4 different versions. And so those are going to be available. That kicks off really now because they're live online, but you'll hear more about it on October 1st. And October 5th is our live event. 120 lucky guests who we have some tickets left, who purchase tickets and come out to Topgolf, Patrick, are going to be able to participate and help us continue to fund our free programs to participants by bidding on some exciting auction items. There's tickets to the Oregon USC game. I'm a big Duck fan, so we've got that. We've got a signed jersey from Dante Moore that will accompany that. We've got vacations in Palm Springs and Brasada Ranch and all kinds of really neat things that will only be available to those that come to the event on October 5th. And so the rest of the month is going to be gearing toward our 1-year anniversary party, which is going to be held on none other than October 31st. And we're going to have a big party here at the Playhouse. There's rumor there's going to be Les Schwab will be doing a check presentation on all of the sock business that they have been doing in their stores for us. And we're just excited. This month means a lot. It means a lot because we can take our programs, fully fund them through the year. And let me tell you what that really means. That means that rather than 20 kids getting free speech therapy, like in our pilot this year, we will double or triple that. And we will contract with more speech therapists. We'll have more literacy tutors, and we'll be able to fund these programs and reach more kids and help more kids, teens, and adults reach their full potential.
Yeah. Oh, it's phenomenal the work you're doing there at GiGi's Playhouse Portland. And you know, you tapped on it there for a second, but I want to ask you some more about it, because I think it's a misnomer, as you and I've talked about before. But you have programs for all ages, right? I mean, from infant and school age, teens, and even adult programs, which is a big growing population of the Down syndrome community, correct?
Oh, it is one of the larger segments, and certainly the least served. So right. There's a magic switch that gets flipped when it comes to social services for kids with any kind of disability, and that's at age 18. And so any adult that is 18 or over, there's just diminishing things for them. So yes, adult programming is a huge. GiGi, the namesake of our organization, is turning 23 this year. And so you can imagine the programming at GiGi's has really tracked with her life from infant through adult. So there is going to be, we are excited. We're introducing GiGi's Kitchen as a program this January. And so we are looking for volunteers right now to help us think about cooking classes for adults, but so much to do in serving that community.
Yeah, no, that is phenomenal. How about, I know today we're kicking off our online auction. How about I dive in and let's share with our audience how people can get involved, and whether they're coming to the event on October 5th or not, they'll be able to support GiGi's through our online auction. Sound like a plan?
Sounds great.
Okay, let's get it done. So here we go. We are going to, first and foremost, you're going to have to go to the website, folks. And we're going to say, go to the organizational website, because this is the website. You want to bookmark this one, guys and gals. We want you to come back to GiGi's Playhouse, just like all the beneficiaries and their families do, because there is always something going on at GiGi's. But go to the organizational website, and the first banner that is going to pop up is this incredible banner showcasing, and I'm not gonna dive into it right now, but Karen Gaffney, the amazing individual who swam the English Channel, is going to be joining us for the event this year. But when you reach this banner, you can see right here, you just click Make a Difference, folks, and that's going to take you to our event website. And from there, you can get all over it and check it all out. And one of the things that you'll want to do is start to browse the items. Brad, doesn't that make sense?
That makes complete sense.
And we've got two kind of, you alluded to it a moment ago. We have an online auction. We call it a silent auction on the website here, and then we have a live auction. Our silent auction, or our online auction, is available to anyone with access to the internet, right? Because we welcome all comers at GiGi's Playhouse Portland. We want to also invite them to support the organization through our online auction. So I'm going to click on the silent auction. And Brad, you guys have put together an incredible collection of some amazing packages, really a little bit of everything here. And I want to walk through real quick. I mean, I scanned it earlier today and I was like, wow, I got to come back with a few more minutes and a few more shackles in my pocket, because I need to start bidding on some of these incredible packages that you've got going. But I want to share with people, when they find the package, who did all this work? Is this Nikki or because I know it wasn't you, was it, Brad?
Well, Nikki is the chief and general solicitor,
Okay.
and so all those people that donated are her dear friends.
That's awesome. Well, nobody can say no to Nikki, that's for sure. And so, yeah, you've got 2 pages worth of awesome, awesome stuff. There's some incredible things here. I love this. You know, one of the things that stuck out, my old or youngest son just took up golf, which is ironic because I played golf all my life and haven't played much since COVID. But my youngest now is 18 and he's decided he likes golf. So I saw this Jones Sports Trooper bag. I carried Jones bags when I was playing at the University of Oregon, and then have always been a huge fan. Chris Carnahan and the Lemon family over there just do a fantastic job with Jones Sports. And the starting bid, Brad, $15. Are you kidding me? This is a $300 golf bag.
Well, it probably won't stay at 15.
No,
because
it won't.
I need a golf bag as well.
Yeah, it definitely won't. But folks, when you find an item you're interested in, I want you just to click on it and you'll notice this sidebar that kicked out, right? And it says I can bid on it or I can watch it. Why would I want to watch on it? We came here to bid, Brad. I'm not interested in watching anything, okay? Other than the Ryder Cup this weekend we were talking about earlier. But all the details are right here, Brad. It tells you a little bit about the golf bag. It tells you what the value is, and it tells you what the bid needs to be to put you in the lead, right? The other thing I want to make sure everybody knows that the auction will continue to go until October 5th when we're all together at Topgolf. At 6:30 is when the online auction will close, okay? So if you're worried about when you're going to start your bidding, I'm always going to tell you, you get the best prices when you start bidding early, but get in there and start bidding. But the bidding will close at 6:30 next Sunday at Topgolf. And you don't need to be at Topgolf to bid. You don't have to have a ticket. All you got to do is get online. And when you go to pick an item the first time, now I had to test drive a little bit earlier this morning, Brad. So I'm already registered. See, it's got my name in the top right corner there. But I found the registration process incredibly easy, Brad. All I did was I clicked on that I wanted to bid. It said, hey, you must register first. It took my name. I had to put a credit card on file, which is obvious. If we're going to make a bid, we want to make sure we're going to get paid at GiGi's Playhouse, Portland. And then away I go, right? So I'm going to start here. And when I click on bid, Brad, it tells me what I can make the bid of $15, which is the minimum bid, or I can make it whatever I want. I'm going to keep going up. I like the 105 number. That'll get me started. All right. So all I do is I make the number that I'm comfortable with. Now, can I add a number myself? Nope. It says, yeah, it does. It'll let me bid $100. I like that nice round number. So I'm going to bid $100. I'm going to click it right there. It's going to confirm. And you know what? That's good, Brad. That's a really handy feature because sometimes I put too many zeros in. I know that wouldn't hurt your feelings, but it would hurt mine. And so I'm at $100 for the Jones Sports Trooper golf bag. And I have away I go. Now it says, as the current high bidder, you can set a max bid or the most you are willing to spend on the item. Bids will automatically be placed on your behalf until your max bid. So I can make that my max bid, or I can make that as my hard bid. I'm going to say, no thanks. I want to make that my hard bid because I'm going to scare everybody else off. Okay. And I believe in GiGi's Playhouse, and I don't care if I can get it cheaper. I want it. The worst I want to spend is $100. That's why I'm going to put it there. So now all of a sudden you can see current high bidders at $100. And now the next bid is at $130 is the next option to bid. So this is incredibly simple, Brad. This is easy to do, buddy.
Well, it's not supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. As I always say, bid high and bid often. It's so much fun. Yeah. And I noticed that when I bid, that it did mark the check mark, which implies this is the one I'm bidding on. So I don't get confused and go and bid against myself a little later, though. So that is fantastic. Hey, Brad, you have an incredible number of items, and a lot of these started with really low bids. Doesn't mean that's where it's going to finish, folks, but you know, it allows everybody to get their bid card in, because it's never any fun to go to an auction and not raise your bid card. But you've got some great packages here. Give me a sense, and I don't want you to tell me the ones that you and Nikki are going to be bidding on, because that's not fair. You don't want to create your own competition, pal. But give me a couple of things that you think are highlights on this auction.
Well, you know, I think we've got something for everybody here. If you're looking for a getaway weekend, so I just saw you pass one at the McMinimans Old St. Francis School in Bend. So that's a 2-night stay. It comes with a $150 dinner certificate to one of the nicest places to eat in Bend, and another $50 certificate to the pub in case you want to watch some football on one of your afternoons while you're there. But that's just an example. We've got multiple Hood River packages.
You sold me, Brad. You sold me. I'm putting in a bid. You sold me.
The historic Hood River Inn. There's a package for that. There's several at the beach, and so just you're hovering over Newport right there at the Hallmark Resort. We've got a really neat package. I think it's one of the first ones. Is the Vintages trailer hotel in the Willamette Valley in Dundee area. Yeah, that comes with a wine tasting and a lovely bottle of wine, but you're staying in these classic Airstream hotels for 2 nights. And what a way to tour the wine country in Oregon. So, and I see right next to it is one of my favorites. It is, if you're from Portland, you're familiar with the Christmas boats. They cruise the Willamette and the Columbia, and we have a party for 6 on a 52-foot yacht called the Rockin' Ocean that my brother and his wife are actually catering it with wine and hors d'oeuvres. So it's 6 adults, and you're going to be out there with the captain. It's going to take you in the middle of all those Christmas boats. And what a way to bring in the holidays. So those are a couple of my favorites, but we've got, again, a 3-night stay in Phoenix and a number of others. Oh, I see 4 tickets to the upcoming John Legend concert on December 7th. And those tickets happen to be in an executive suite donated by iHeartMedia. And so what an incredible experience. And what are those opening at there?
$45 for 4 of them?
Yeah, that's $800 worth of tickets right there that is currently out for $45. So just an example of some of the really neat things that are available this year.
Yeah, and you know, you were describing those packages, Brad, and I want to make sure our audience knows, right? Because I know Nikki's probably in your ear. I can almost hear her from here.
I'm sure you will.
Telling you that there are additional things. So when it says resort getaway weekend, I noticed that this one also had a $100 gift card to Georgie's in Newport and a $25 gift card to Moe's, right? So get your chowder and then have a wonderful dinner at Georgie's. So folks, when you find a package, click on it and read about it, because there's more than what meets the eye. And that's fantastic. And you mentioned the vintage where you do the glamping, which is an awesome deal. I've been by there. It looks like a lot of fun. But you've got a $50 gift card to Trellis, which if you haven't dined at Trellis, you have missed the boat when you visit Oregon wine country, folks. You definitely want to check out Trellis. They've got a phenomenal restaurant there. You can sit outside. It's spectacular. So, and you've got wine tasting for 6 at Cathedral Ridge. Wow. You can go to any of their 3 opportunities there, Hood River, Dundee, or Carlton. And wow, Brad, you guys have done a fantastic job in curating your online silent auction. This is just spectacular, buddy. Congratulations.
Well, I'll say this, being open and serving kids, our community is extremely generous. And so while my wife is very difficult to refuse when she asks for things, the work that GiGi's Playhouse is doing makes these companies and wineries and the owners and donors of these things just excited to be able to participate in helping provide this in our community. So it's really the generosity is overwhelming at times.
Yeah, it is. It is spectacular. And every time I come to GiGi's, I'm overwhelmed with not only the facility, but the statistics that you share with me of the impact you're having on the families, not just the individuals, but the families who have a loved one that experiences Down syndrome. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. And I think that that's important for our audience to know that, we think about a young person or someone who has Down syndrome, that impacts their whole family. And GiGi's does things that helps everybody associate with the family. And that's just amazing.
Yeah, I would love to add to that, if you don't mind, Patrick.
Please.
Our programs, while they are designed for educational and therapeutic benefit for individuals with Down syndrome, they are open to everybody. Right. And we really encourage siblings to participate. My grandson Jack, every time he was at GiGi's, he's with his older brother and little sister, and they're all having fun. But this is where the community learns from each other, and relationships are built, connections are made. And so it's a real special experience.
Yeah, no, it's incredible what you're doing. And it's just a fantastic. And I think it's also one of the things that has really became obvious to me, and we saw it firsthand at the event last year, was one of the more touching moments, right? Was when the young lady was speaking and another mom was sitting in the audience, and she heard the story and she goes, "You called me, or you made a difference in my life," right? Back when I was first realizing I was going to have a child with Down syndrome. So the community you're building around GiGi's Playhouse, it's just, you guys have got to be commended. It's fantastic. Back to the auction though. I could talk about GiGi's all day long because I am such a fan of what you're doing. Let's talk about, we can right now preview the live auction packages that are going to be for sale at the event on October 5th at Topgolf, Hillsboro, which tickets are still available, folks. So don't waste any time. Go right now to gigisplayhouse.org/Portland and get your tickets, right?
Yeah, right on the left side of your screen there, you'll see purchase tickets. And
it's right there, Brad.
All from the same place.
Yeah. You can do it all right here. Brad, you've got an unbelievable group of 9 packages here. I'm just so excited. I'm so heartbroken. I'm not going to be there personally, but my good friend Jill Marie Wiles will be conducting your auction this year. I'll be up in Kelso, Washington, at another event, but so I'm going to miss everybody. But these are incredible packages. Tell me a little bit about them.
Sure. Well, package number 1 is up in the Mount Hood area. It's a beautiful cabin that, sleeps 10 people. It is a 3-night stay. It comes with lift tickets and certificates certificates toward lift tickets or dining or whatever at both Timberline and Mount Hood Meadows. And it was great. It's a returner from last year and got all kinds of popularity. I mentioned the Oregon USC football game already. I'll let that, and the Ducks, when they deliver tomorrow night against Penn State, that'll even make those more valuable. But they come with lots of things as well. An autographed jersey with Dante Moore, our maybe soon to be Heisman Trophy quarterback, has signed a jersey that will be going with that package. We move on. There's Nikki and I are donating our log cabin up on the Klickitat River. That's been a really popular stay. If you need to decompress, you'll enjoy getting out into the wilderness there and right up the Klickitat River from the Dalles. We've got the Moda Center Suite. iHeartMedia has donated their entire suite. That's 16 tickets for the for a basketball game against the LA Clippers, and I'm that really small. I want to say that
December
is
26th.
Yeah, I thought so. The day after Christmas. So what a Christmas gift that would be for your office, or is bring 16 of your greatest friends there. We've got a week in Hawaii.
Brad, before you move on, I want to put the bug in the ear of some of our viewers today, because that's both great for a corporate kind of a holiday party environment. It's also fantastic if you've got a lot of family in town over the holidays and you're tired of feeding them all at your house. Let's run them down to the Moda Center and let's have a big party while the Blazers whip up on the Clippers, huh? That could be so. It's really a really cool package, and it comes with parking passes and the whole deal. So don't hesitate, folks. Expand your horizons and think about how you can use some of these packages. What's next, Brad?
Oh gosh, we've got I believe it's 6 or 7 nights. Again, my eyes are in Black Butte. Now these are spring and fall. Some of the packages are available in specific windows, so please read the descriptions there. But I'll tell you, whether you love to ski or whether you love to golf, you can make that Black Butte vacation work. And it looks like a beautiful, I think it's called the Partridge Cabin. And it's got lots of beds. And so I think, again, we've tried to include the bedroom configurations on all of these. Brasada Ranch, one of Oregon's now most prestigious getaways, again being donated. It's a 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom home, and just absolute amazing location. And I skipped over Hawaii, but there's a 7-night stay on the Big Island that is being donated. And that is a specific week, but it's really well placed. So
that's a perfect week, July 18th through the 25th. Brad, that's a perfect time.
Yeah, so this is second honeymoon time for, it is an amazing place. It's a condominium. The views are amazing. The resort is amazing. But for myself, people like me that have lots of makeup to do with their spouse, this would be a perfect acquisition to get some sitters for the kids or grandkids and take your spouse on an amazing 7-night stay on the Big Island. So we're excited to have that back.
We call that a get out of jail free card right there, to use an old Monopoly phrase. That package right there for a couple with 1 large master bedroom and 2 full baths. This is 7 nights in Hawaii, right at Mauna Lani Beach Club. This is on the Big Island, folks. Get your bid cards ready, because it's going to be awesome to watch them fly in the air come October 5th, right? Yeah. And you're right, Brad. Folks, this is a great opportunity. So many times you go to an auction event and you have no idea what's available until you get there, right? And now you can go a full week, 10 days in advance of the event at Topgolf Hillsboro on October 5th from 4 to 8. Now you can go in and check out what's going to be available in the package. So, they all have their little nuances. Maybe there's a special date. Maybe there's some requirements. But spend some time on the live auction preview page and pick out those packages and kind of set your budgets. How much are you willing to support GiGi's Playhouse and the incredible work they're doing for the families that benefit incredible programs at GiGi's? This is going to be a not to miss event at Topgolf next week. In fact, Brad, tell us a little bit about what all folks can expect when they come to Topgolf next week.
Well, they're going to have a lot of fun, number one. And I'd like to say this is a really fast-paced type of event. We're doing this on a Sunday afternoon starting at 4 p.m. And depending on how much Topgolf fun you want to have on the back end, the fundraising part of it is really over by 6 o'clock. The silent auction items close at 6:30, and we're serving dinner in that 6 to 6:30 period. So we'll have drink tickets with your check-in package and your bid paddles and some little surprises in your bags. But you'll come in at 4 o'clock, and I would encourage everybody to be there right at 4 o'clock. By going in, and once you have purchased your ticket, you can go in just like you do when you bid on an item, enter your credit card information. So there are no lines at check-in, no lines at check-out, and everything is just done right on your phone. So you'll peruse a long, big, long room of really all of our online auction items will be laid out there in packages. At 4:30, we're seated, and a very short but impactful program where you'll hear about the impact that GiGi's is having in the community. Patrick, you mentioned Karen Gaffney, a world-renowned speaker who experiences Down syndrome herself, open water swimmer, but she is on the board of Lumine Research, and she is so accomplished. And we were fortunate enough to have her our first year, and she's back for this year as well. But she'll share the importance of the work that we're doing in that Down syndrome community. And then your friend Jill Marie will take the stage with my lovely wife Nikki, and we are going to auction off those 9 packages. And then we'll have a video talking about Portland, and everybody will have a chance to raise a paddle and help us fund our programs in the next year. And whether you're raising a paddle for $10,000 or $100,000, it makes a difference. Yeah, it makes a difference. And we've got kind of a special surprise at the end of that paddle race that I know you're aware of. But I'm excited about that. Yeah. But by 6 o'clock, so from 4:30, you're 90 minutes where it's fast paced, you're having fun. The bar's open the whole time, and then we are off, excused out to the golf bays where there's a big buffet dinner and Topgolf. And even more importantly, our group is just a lot of socialization, connection, and community that is built at this event. So I encourage anyone. If you need your heart warmed on a Sunday afternoon, I encourage you and welcome you and invite you to come join us.
Yeah, and you can get tickets still today. They're going to sell out, Brad. That we know the event is always sold out. They've got maybe a few more days to get them. They just go to gigisplayhouse.org/Portland. And when you do, click on that banner with Karen's photo on it. It'll take you to the website. And as I was showing you a few minutes ago, if you just go right up here and click on purchase tickets right there, you can get your tickets and be a part of this incredibly fun event. And Brad, I want to add, I found your audience and your friends that are at this event, all the folks that support GiGi's, are just an incredibly welcoming community. So if you've ever had a desire to go do a fun event like this and you're catching this video right now, get on there, get your tickets, come on out. You're going to have a great time. You're going to get to bid on some great items. But at the end of the day, you're going to be making the difference in the lives of so many people that are affected with Down syndrome and their families. And you're just making a huge difference. Now, Brad, speaking of making a difference, you couldn't do an event like this without sponsors. Tell us about the incredible lineup of sponsors that you have supporting the event again this year.
Yes. And yeah, thank you, Patrick. This event, these sponsors help us be able to say to you, the person that comes to this event, that 94% of everything that you might, whether it's your paddle raise or one of those packages, 94% of those dollars go directly to those kids through our programs. And that's because sponsors like Les Schwab Tires and DSP Connections and iHeartMedia and Moda Health and Embold Credit Union and Lexus of Portland and Harper, Hoff, Peterson, and Raylis. These companies, strategic financial partners, they have all sponsored this event. They cover our fixed costs, and everything else then goes to the kids. So it's so special, awesome. So grateful.
Yeah, and D.S.A.M and Session Team is also one of our sponsors. So iHeartRadio, there's you've built an incredible list of organizations, and that's a testament to the work you're doing, Brad, and your team there at GiGi's Playhouse Portland, is because these types of organizations, these big names and leaders in our community would not invest in your programs if they didn't believe there was a return. So congratulations to you and the entire team and board at GiGi's Playhouse Portland for doing what you do to make our community a better place to live and work. You're doing phenomenal work, my friend. All righty. Is there anything else that we want to add, Brad, before we wrap this one up?
Well, no, thank you to you and your team for being with us for 3 years and making this special for everybody. And we're just looking forward to seeing a lot of friendly faces out there. And this whole month is about Down syndrome awareness. So we're thrilled to be able to host this event on October 5th.
All righty, folks, that wraps it up for us. I want to thank everybody for tuning in or watching on the replay. And be sure, as I always say, from Auctioneer Patrick, bid high and bid often. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you soon.